Okay, guys, so Quad City Tesla guy here. We're going to go on a trip with the new version 14.2.2.5. And let's find out if navigation, parking, anything's better, anything's regressed. So let's hope for the best and let's get started. Okay, so I'm leaving from Walgreens in East Moline. And the first stop we're going to go to is Osco. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, thanks for coming back and watching another video. And I do a lot of videos on FSD. When new versions come out, I usually will record a trip with it. And then I also do other videos as well. But I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of February. Hopefully I can make it. I'm getting closer and closer, but still need probably about another, I think, 14 subscribers to get there. So please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. So, all right. So I'm going to speed this up till we get to Jewel Osco, or at least closer. So, okay, we're coming up on Jewel Osco. Usually it takes a right here. Today it's going to go straight. It's probably going to go out onto the Avenue of the Cities and then go into the Jewel Osco from the front. Although it could have turned back there and it could have turned here. This is what I think it did last time. But in the past, it's kind of gone around the backside and parked on the side of the building. So today we're going to do this turn. So if you don't know about FSD, this is the left camera here. This left camera can show you like your blind spot over there. But I still like to look over my shoulder and make sure that I'm being completely safe. This is actually the right camera. That's the problem with that. It's the right camera. I've asked through a bug report to see if they could fix that, but still, that's not been fixed. I mean, there's nothing to see on the right there, so it'd be better if it would show the left camera because that's where I'm going to look. Um, it's better if it uses the left camera if I'm switching lanes to the left, but when making a right turn from a right lane, there's no point in showing the left or the right camera. So, all right, so we're pulling into the parking lot. Seems pretty uneventful so far. We got a guy racing towards us in the parking lot here. Obviously going faster than normal in a parking lot, but let's just see how it parks. Last time it parked right about here as well. So same thing as last time. So nothing changed in this part of the trip so far. So from 14.2.2.4 to this .5, nothing changed there. So let's head on over to Hy-Vee. So yeah, like I'm just challenged myself to get to 100 subscribers. That'd be really nice because like if I can get 100 subscribers, maybe I can take off from there and get more subscribers. It's really been difficult to pick up subscribers, but this is like going to be the end of almost the end of my third month of doing this. So again, FSD stops here because there are cross hashes for people to walk through. So pedestrians would walk through there. I don't think there's actually a stop. Oh, there is a stop sign there. There's a stop sign there too. So I guess makes sense. Stop for the stop sign and the crosswalk. So we're headed to the Hy-Vee Superchargers. You're going to see the car is preconditioning for supercharge. I'm not going to supercharge. I'm just going there just to demonstrate how it parks at a supercharger. So yeah, if you don't mind, please comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. I greatly would appreciate it. So this is fun doing these videos. And your subscription makes it just even more rewarding. So I appreciate that if you could do that. So let's go ahead and speed this up after we make this right-hand turn because it's mostly a straight drive down the Avenue of the Cities. We are in a little bit busier time of the day. I chose to purposely leave a little bit later today to get more traffic. So we're going to see a few more cars out on the road, a few more cars in the parking lots. Maybe not as many in the parking lots for the grocery stores, because I mean, who actually grocery shops at about 8 a.m. in the morning? So yeah, I got this update last night. So let's speed up till we get to Hy-Vee. Okay, so we're gonna take a left here into the Hy-Vee parking lot. That guy, the vehicle just kind of nudged a little bit. If you didn't see that, but it nudged to kind of move out of the way because it saw somebody pulling out, and they actually just pulled in behind me, so it wasn't wrong. They really did want to get all the way over here, but the car kind of saw that and kind of maneuvered a little bit to the left. Um, but yeah, we're gonna go to the Superchargers here. They're right inside the parking lot. So get up here, take a left, and there they are. They're basically the hardware level 4 for Superchargers. Got one guy sitting here. No front license plate. That's interesting. So maybe he is um, maybe he's an Uber or something. Got his windows all tinted out. So I'm going to back into the spot and let's see how well it does with parking for supercharging here. A little bit off, but actually it's lined up pretty well to supercharge. And okay, so let's see. It's not going to put itself into drive. So, or park. It's still in reverse. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit the brake and put it in forward and start self-driving to go to our next destination. So we're going to head to, it's still trying to park. Interesting. So that was an odd thing. So it didn't quite figure it out on its own. I had to give it a little bit of a nudge to get, now it's parked. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and head to Moline Township. There's actually nobody in that car over there. They're just probably either in the gas station or they walk into Hy-Vee. That's what I would do too if I was going to a Hy-Vee supercharger. I would just probably go into the store and do some grocery shopping, maybe get a snack, whatever. That's nice that they're in the Hy-Vee parking lots because of that. So we're headed now to the Moline Township office. So while we're on our way there, I want to talk a little bit about my next video that I'm planning to put out on Saturday. So I've been in it, basically doing some research online and reading a lot of articles on the Not a Tesla app site. And so I'm planning to talk a bit about FSD and how it actually works and why they chose not to use like LiDAR and radar. So I feel like it's going to be a very interesting video and it probably will generate a lot of conversation. My last video about is Tesla FSD safe generated a ton of comments compared to any of my other videos. I think it's like 50 comments or something like that. And some of the comments are for FSD, and some of the comments are obviously not FSD supporters. So they don't think that Tesla made the right choice, that they're an outlier trying to do autonomous driving with only cameras. And obviously, a lot of people that use FSD realize how good it is. It's really good. I mean, it's super good at driving and safety, I feel. But there are people out there that don't think that it's that good because it doesn't have LiDAR and because it doesn't have radar. So it's a battle. Maybe they're right and maybe Tesla's wrong, or maybe Tesla will be right and they will have found a very inexpensive method for autonomous vehicles. So the battle will continue, and it feels like the claws are coming out. There are tons of new autonomous ride share type vehicles coming out. You got Waymo, you got Zoox. Um, there's just a bunch that are showing up. And now Robotaxi is trying to deploy a fleet of cars. Oh, lady, you're not going to go? Okay. You're like in the road. The lady was parked in the road. She tried to get out. She tried to double in with somebody else that was trying to get into this lane. And so she was sitting there half in the road and half in the middle of the road. Tesla FSD would never do that. So just so you know. So yeah, the last video was very interesting because it sparked a lot of conversation about, is it safe? Some people didn't even think I was doing anything that was like an edge case, which is true. I wasn't trying to find edge cases. I was just trying to show why I think it's safe. But some people, there's some weird activity happening on this road during busy hour. So we're going to stop abruptly. That's one of those things where it will stop like immediately. This lady behind me was right on my butt. Now that could have been the case where somebody would have had an accident. So let's do this dash cam thing and record that, because I find that that's one way you just hit the dash cam. I think there used to be a little like camera eye up here, and I haven't seen that for a while. So that's one way you can see that and record it and save it. So that's what I just did. So we're going to continue on. We're going to get off to the right here, and because we have to take a right-hand turn eventually. So I'm just going to tell FSD to get over it, because this lady is really right on my rear end, and I don't really appreciate it. So, and I'm even in hurry mode, and so she's in a real hurry. She's going way over the speed limit, and I'm just going 34. So she was going at least 36, 37 right there in busy traffic on a 30-mile-per-hour road. So Tesla wins. But look, she's aggressively changing lanes now all the time. This is what traffic can be like sometimes. And yeah, so let's see. So back to the videos. The previous video, I thought it was pretty good because I kind of showed a lot of the things that people don't understand about FSD and what it does and what I feel makes it safe. And then, I tried to talk about some things on the screen. I had some failures, but I'm going to show you some of those things again today. So like, if you really want to not touch the screen at all, you can. Like, you can turn on defrost. Like, you could just push this button and say, turn on defrost. Perfect. Same thing happened last time. I'm going to try it again, but it did work. It just said an error, but it still worked. Turn off defrost. And same error. So there's something, maybe a bug in the system, but in general it's working. So we're going to head down this road to the Moline Township office. So we'll try some more commands on our way there. So you can do open glove box, and it will open the glove box. It doesn't close through the commands because there's no like motor or anything in there. It's just, you got to push it closed. You can say set temperature to 68. And there it is, 68. Right? So there are a lot of things you can do. Set temperature to 70. And I think if that would be interesting, I would be willing to go through all of the commands. Just comment down below if you think that would be a useful video, or maybe I feel like it would be too many commands to be like a short, but I could make a shorter video about the commands that you could use in Tesla. There are probably 50 or more, I would think. in the lists that you could use. We could experiment with them. The other thing you could do is you can long press the mic button and say, "Hey, Grok, how you doing? What's the weather today?"
Hey, I'm doing great, thanks. It's a chilly morning in Moline with partly cloudy skies. Highs around 34 degrees Fahrenheit later.
Tesla's not seeing, the FSD is not seeing that. It was like a stick. It probably would have been fine, but I didn't want to go over it. It was pretty small. It looked bigger at first. I thought it was something metal. But yeah, maybe radar would have saw that better. So I'm going to re-engage. So let's continue on our journey here. We're coming down to downtown Moline, and we're going to go to the Moline Township office. And then we're going to scoot across to Trimble Funeral Home. I go there because it kind of makes FSD take the roundabouts that are brand new down here in Moline. So that's why I go that route. It's not because I like going to funeral homes. I really don't like that. And we're just going there because it takes us to the roundabouts. So let's see how we do going to Moline Township. So here's our first roundabout. We're going to do like a quarter of the roundabout, and we got to make a right turn right away because this is the Moline Township office as well. And so it will do just fine. And then the parking lot's a little bit fuller today. So let's see how it navigates the parking lot. It shouldn't take a left here. Will it pull in backwards or will it pull into one of these spots? Last time it backed up into a spot there. This time it looks like it's going to pull into a spot, and we're going to let it just park, and it looks pretty good. And there we go. Let's just check the cameras, and lines look good. Let's go ahead and start self-driving again, and we're going to back up, and we're going to go around the loop here because we have to go around the backside of these cars and then head back out onto the roundabouts. So seems like navigation's doing better. Oh, she's going to wait for me. So we're going to go ahead and continue through the parking lot. Sometimes if people keep moving, the car will actually wait for them. But that lady just kind of stopped, and so FSD noticed she was waiting for me. All right, here comes some sirens. And see what happens. Oh, it's going to stop. I think we should technically wait here. I don't know. But I'm going to wait for these cars to go by, and then I'll start FSD again. Okay, they're going to go that way, so we're heading out. So, FSD sometimes pulls over to the side of the road suddenly when it thinks it sees like an emergency vehicle. Like it's seen like a fire truck once, and it stopped to the side, puts the blinker on, pulls to the side. I've seen it see like a dump truck that had like a yellow flashing light on top of it, and it put the blinker on, pulled to the side. And in the later versions of version 13, I had a lot of problems where it would constantly, like, actually, it was the early versions of 14, where it would like constantly, like, just pull over out of the blue and put the blinker on, and there was nothing, no vehicle, no emergency vehicles around at all. So it's greatly improved since then, but occasionally it still sees a vehicle that's not really an emergency vehicle and will pull over. So it would be better if it actually could hear sirens, because sirens are a true indicator of whether or not you need to pull over. So just like always, Trimble's not a very busy place in the morning. It's kind of a blind view here, so you got to pull forward a little bit. So FSD just kind of nudged forward a little bit just so I could see after it made a full stop. And now we're going to go ahead and pull into a parking spot. Going to back into a parking spot this time. Excellent. I love it when it backs into spots. Some people don't believe in it. My brother has made me a fan of it. So thanks, bro. So, yep, there we are. Stopped just short of the curb. And we're ready to take our last trip to our final destination, which is my office. So we'll head there, and I'll just speed this up and finish it up once we get there. So yeah, again, if you don't mind, comment, like, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it if I can get to 100 viewers by the end of the month. So let's go ahead and speed this up now. Okay, so we have arrived at my office. We'll be taking a right here and pulling it into the parking lot. Parking lot's pretty full today, so should be interesting to see what FSD does trying to find a spot and where it ends up parking. Now, I do see one pretty good spot there, but we have to kind of do a full loop to get to it. And let's just see if we can make it there before anybody else. If not, oh well, we'll just let it play out and see how we end up parking, where we end up parking. Usually it will go straight and all the way around, but oh, it's going to find one anyway. There is one spot here. Perfect. So here we're going to pull in. So yeah, guys, please comment, like, and subscribe. Help me get to 100 viewers by the end of this month. I'd really appreciate it. If you're still here watching, it means a lot. And as always, use technology to drive safe so that you can live life. And that's a wrap. We'll see you in the next one.